We are.
Okie dokie. All right, everyone. It is 7:31. It's October 13th. This is our first scheduled Borough Council meeting of the month of October. Welcome to the meeting. If we are officially called to order. If everyone could please pledge the flag with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Angela, roll call, please.
Corey Scott.
Here.
James Fee.
Here.
Randy Bennett.
Here.
Megan Nolan.
Here.
Diane Gundrum.
Here.
Tony Heil.
Here.
Kyle Schenk.
Here. Thank you, Angela. It sounds like everybody is accounted for. And for the public record, we were in executive session from 7 o'clock until 7:30 discussing some personnel matters. That, Mr. Truman.
Very good. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. First up for council consideration, the adoption of council meeting minutes for the September 22nd, 2020 meeting.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Yeah.
We have a motion made by Mr. Heil, seconded by Mr. Scott to adopt the council meeting minutes from September 22nd. Do we have any additional questions from council? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? And that passes unanimously. Thank you.
Very good. Next for council consideration, a motion to hire Marvin Jose Rosario to the position of part-time police officer. And for the edification of council and members of the listening audience, Mr. Rosario was sworn in by Mayor Barbie in a private session earlier this evening.
Great. Any Chief, any thoughts on that before we move forward?
Chief, you're muted, bud.
You got me. I'm usually late in the game, so I unmute my phone. I think that Marvin's going to be a great addition. If you'd like, I do have a brief snippet I could read. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay. The Bridgeport Police Department is proud to welcome our newest member, part-time police officer Marvin Rosario. Rosario was born in the Bronx, New York. His parents having immigrated from the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. He graduated high school early, enlisted in the United States Marine Corps at the age of 17, and served 5 years on active duty. After his Marine Corps career, Rosario was hired as a part-time Lehigh County Deputy Sheriff until joining the Phoenixville Police Department in Chester County, Pennsylvania, June of 2005. In 2007, Rosario was selected for the Northeastern Chester County Emergency Response Team, which is SWAT, and wherein he participated as a hostage negotiator during his SWAT tenure and was a liaison in the Spanish community while Phoenixville PD. Rosario received his Bachelor of Science degree in Interdisciplinary Studies with a concentration in aviation and business. Rosario joined the PA National Guard and became a commissioned officer and helicopter pilot, rated in the Bell 206 Jet Ranger, the AH-64 Apache Longbow attack helicopter, UH-72 Eurocopter Lakota, and the UH-60 Sikorsky Blackhawk. Rosario is a second-generation police officer, as his father was a detective in the Dominican Republic. Also, Rosario currently serves as a personal banker, too, with the Wells Fargo banking system, and enjoys spending time with his family, his church, and playing sports and music. I look forward to working with Officer Rosario and having him bring a special light to our community.
Thanks, Chief. Folks, we have a motion for that hire.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
I heard a motion from Ms. Gundrum. I heard it seconded by Ms. Nolan to hire Marvin Rosario. Do we have any additional questions from council?
Just normally in this process, we would put a picture up of the swearing in. Was there a picture to go up on social media so everyone knows and can recognize this person?
Yes, we will. Chief will get that to me, and we will get that uploaded on social media.
Absolutely. I can show you, if you can see this, probably not too well. That's a horrible picture, but there's a picture of Officer Rosario and his beautiful 17-year-old daughter. So the rest will be up on social media.
Great.
I would like to request, and I have no issue. It's a great hire, but in light of something we spoke about recently, things are a little out of order here, and this stems back several hires recently, where we're voting on something after it's done, and just as a matter of procedure, my suggestion is, if it was a ceremony that was scheduled to do the swearing in, it could have been done after this vote. If obviously it's not going to change the vote, I don't think any one of us is opposed to the hire. We weren't opposed when we authorized Chief Beretta to move forward with the hire, but I'd like to see these hiring process go back to where the swearing in follows the vote to hire the candidate for whatever position we're hiring for.
Point well taken, Randy.
Thank you.
Understood. Any additional questions or comments on that? Looks like a great hire, Chief. Looking forward to it. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes unanimously. Congratulations, Officer Rosario. Welcome aboard.
Very good. Thank you all very much. Moving forward to the next agenda item for discussion tonight, a request from the 2020 Festive Lights Committee. Members of council, in your packets, you have a letter from the Festive Lights Committee dated October 6th, 2020. If it pleases council, I'll read that for the record. Dear Borough Council, Bridgeport Festive Lights Committee is planning the borough's annual tree lighting ceremony for Saturday, November 28th at 6:30 p.m. While this year presents numerous challenges, the likes we have never faced, we are confident that an outstanding event can occur. As we plan for all eventualities, the Festive Lights Group would like to respectfully request use and support for the following from the borough. Number one, use of the entire parking lot that surrounds Borough Hall. Number two, use of the Borough Municipal Garage and parking area that faces Mill Street. Number three, request council support for our request to the mayor to close Mill Street from 4th Street to the railroad tracks and the alley area in front of Borough Garage. That would be York Alley. Based on current social distancing practices that are being followed, we do not plan on having any refreshments, face painting, or pictures with Santa. The Festive Lights Committee is still planning on the annual fireworks display that has become a staple of this event. The above are based on our hope that while we might not be able to hold indoor events as in the past, we would be able to have residents attend the tree lighting by Santa and an honored guest. The space requested would provide ample room to meet social distancing needs based on today's requirements. We are also looking at having the event streamed for those unable to attend. This holiday tradition is the highest attended borough event. It is the committee's sincere hope that Borough Council will allow the committee to continue this grand event and grant our request for use of the borough facilities. With best regards and holiday wishes, the Bridgeport Festive Lights Committee.
And as far as I know, we haven't had any other requests for the use of any of that space on the dates laid out.
That is correct.
I think that's I think the request is perfectly reasonable. Anything stands out as far as social distancing or COVID related issues, Keith or Paul?
No, I have absolutely zero issues with the request whatsoever. I guess my only question would be, and Randy, I know you're on the Festive Lights Committee.
Mhm.
If we're not having the traditional photo with Santa and hot chocolate and whatnot, would you still need the use of the municipal garage? Of course, you can utilize it. That's not an issue, and we can provide a borough staff member to help in whatever way you might need it. Just wondering what the municipal garage might be used for in this event.
I think it was just the thought process was, you know, ask for the home, plan for the home run, realizing that most likely this year it's going to get walked back significantly. But I guess, in the event that there's a miracle between now and, November 15th, let's say, and the lights, the switch flips and everything's back to normal, we would have access to those areas and have notified the borough that we would like to use them. But
Understood.
realistically, I think we know where it's headed, and at the very, very least, I would anticipate a fireworks program and a tree lighting of some nature.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable and in good faith.
And I can't imagine there's young children watching this at any point, but I do believe, regardless of our ability to have Santa available for photographs, he will be available for a tour of the borough via fire trucks and his sleigh. So that should still be there too.
Excellent.
I had a question about this. Is mask usage going to be encouraged for this event?
Yeah. Anyone that would be there, would be, required to adhere to the CDC guidelines up to and including, especially including mask usage. Yes.
Any other questions on the letter? So I guess we'd be taking a vote on just supporting the request laid out in the letter.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, I'll make a motion to support the request. I think that distancing is good and normalcy would be great. So I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Heil, second by Ms. Gundrum, in support of the request as stated from the Borough Festive Lights Committee. Any other questions or comments from council?
Nothing other than I'll recuse myself on this one and submit a letter and explanation to Keith ASAP.
Thanks, Randy. All right, then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have 6 ayes, Angela, with the exception of Randy, who is recusing himself and will be sending a letter in.
All right, very good. Thank you all. Next up, for council consideration, authorization to pay the 2020 minimum municipal obligation, also known as the MMO, for the uniform and non-uniform defined benefit pension plans. Members of council, in your packets, you have a memorandum from me dated October 9th, explaining the annual MMO process. At this time, I seek authorization from council to pay our annual MMO to the Bridgeport Police Pension or Uniform Pension, the Bridgeport Uniform Defined Benefit Pension Plan in the amount of $124,886, and to the Bridgeport Borough Non-Uniform Defined Benefit Pension Plan in the amount of $56,289.
So I'll make the motion.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Fee, second by Ms. Nolan. to authorize the payment of the 2020 municipal obligation to our pensions as described by Mr. Truman there. Any additional questions or comments from council? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, then that is unanimous. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you. That concludes that portion of tonight's proceedings. And with that, we can move forward to unfinished business. Are there any members of council with unfinished business for tonight's meeting? All right, seeing none, we can proceed to committee reports. Are there any committee chairs with reports for tonight's meeting?
I wanted to speak about the redevelopment plan on this that we're working on with the county. So did I get the right word? Wrong word.
The comprehensive plan.
Comprehensive plans, right?
Bridgeport
Comprehensive plan.
2040.
And there's so many words like that we use over and over again, but just the positive outlook from the last few meetings, which we've had monthly with the county. Ed has been involved in these, Ed Woyden, Steve Wanzek's been very involved, you've been very involved, Keith, and I appreciate Diane's been involved, and Kyle has been involved. The positive is that these are detailed plans which are not finalized yet, but we know that in any government, local government that does something like this, a comprehensive plan, that often it looks great and often can be ignored, or people don't remember what was in it. And that's not a knock on anyone at all. It's just that's the nature of some of these things. So we have been planning for turning this committee into an implementation committee in the future once this is all done. So I just want to say I'm encouraged by the development of not just creating a plan, but really reinforcing how to use it as a guideline and create accountability, because a lot of these plans that are coming into place, the ideas are things that won't get done for 2, 5, 10, even 20 years. And they will live in perpetuity with new members of council. But we want to really reinforce that this will grow and be implemented, not just an idea that dies on the vine. So that's a report on the comprehensive plan committee.
Thank you, Mr. Heil. Any other committee reports for tonight? All right, seeing none, we can proceed to the mayor's report. Mayor Barbie, do you have anything for the meeting this evening?
I have nothing to report for this evening.
All right, thank you, Mayor Barbie. Moving forward to the chief's report. Chief Beretta.
Good evening, everyone. Most recently, I just wanted to bring people's attention to the coming mask up and drug drop-off theme for Montgomery County's drug take-back this coming October 24th between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. There'll be 44 police departments and agencies across Montgomery County that are going to be collecting all of the kind of drugs. And this is organized by the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office and the Police Chiefs Association of Montgomery County. So this coincides with the DEA's nationwide take-back day. So we're asking residents to clean out their medicine cabinets of unwanted, unused, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter medications and dispose of them easily in a safe and environmentally friendly way, rather than dumping them down into toilets and the sewer systems. Though through this pandemic, the overdoses and overdose deaths have continued. Clearing out medicine cabinets and bathroom cupboards of unwanted expired medicines is essential to keep to step up to keeping your home safe. So please do, and that's from District Attorney Kevin Steele. As far as police department, I participated in a teleconference with the NAACP and the Montgomery County Chiefs. We reviewed the Walking While Black video. It's a training video, and we had interaction with people in our regional community, and that had value. You know, the Pennsylvania's, as far as moving on to things like COVID, it's still an issue. Obviously, there's over 173,000 cases that have hit Pennsylvania with the trends. We still have over 50 positive COVID in Bridgeport. We talked about some of the programs that we've had. We want to thank Ms. Latanzi for helping with our 150th anniversary interviews. We're getting together a digital version of the 150th anniversary for the police department that we couldn't have out in the general public. So, so thank you, Ms. Latanzi, for that. The food programs are continuing. I'd like to thank again Mr. Neary and so many people that have helped out in our community by getting the food security to where it needs to get. Ask people to remember to lock your car doors. We have had some thefts. It was going back a couple weeks ago. We've only had 1 or 2 vehicles that were entered that were broken into. Most were unlocked and rummaged through. So please don't keep any items of value out and in view. As far as the streets, we're trying to help Bridgeport with the abandoned vehicle program. So we've been out and conducting the enforcement for those parking for those vehicles. So if you haven't had a chance, Bridgeport residents, please go out, look at your registration, look at your inspections, make sure it's the vehicle's in drivable condition, so that we can ensure that we have adequate parking on street for the residents. So I just ask you to participate and help us out with that. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chief Beretta. Next up, new business. Are there any members of council with items of new business for tonight? I wanted to take the opportunity just to provide an update and announcement regarding the water boiling advisory that is currently under effect for Bridgeport Borough. Not only Bridgeport Borough, but directly affecting our constituents. On Monday morning around 8:30 in the morning, there was a water main break, a 24-inch main at close to the intersection of Markley and Marshall in Norristown Borough that not only had an immediate impact on the low to no water pressure problems that many residents in the borough experienced on Monday, but additionally brought with it concerns over water quality. As is protocol when a major main break of this nature happens and there's a suspicion of contamination, they have to go through, they being the water company, Pennsylvania American Water, needs to go through lab testing, two rounds of lab testing as far as I understand it, in order to vet and verify that contaminants such as coliform bacteria have not infiltrated the water supply. This is generally about a 48-hour inconvenience insofar as the water boiling advisory being in effect. As of this time, Pennsylvania American Water is still relaying to municipal officials that they are hopeful that the boiling water advisory will be lifted as of tomorrow, Wednesday, October 14th, although it may potentially drag on into Thursday, October 15th. They are doing a good job of keeping municipal officials apprised with conference calls, letting us know any updates or pertinent details that are manifesting as we move along. In addition to the inconvenience that this is causing residents, it has resulted in any food service, any restaurants or businesses that or institutions that handle on-site food preparation, such as the community college and retirement facilities. Restaurants have had to close until the advisory is lifted, and institutions like the community college and the retirement homes have had to outsource other potable water sources. So this is obviously a major inconvenience for not only Bridgeport, but Norristown Borough, parts of East and West Norriton, Worcester, Plymouth Township, Lower Providence Township, and parts of Upper Merion. So it is quite widespread, and it is still my hope, and it is still in terms of the timeline, the ETA on getting this fixed, that I'll be able to, and Pennsylvania American, most importantly, will be able to relay to residents that the boiled water or boiling water advisory has been lifted as of some point tomorrow. In addition to not drinking the water, it is recommended that you don't wash your hands with the water, or brush your teeth with the water, or wash dishes with the water, unless you either A, boil the water first, or B, utilize bottled water or some other clean source of potable water at this time. Thank you all for your attention in this matter. Any other items of new business before we proceed? All right, seeing none, we can move forward to open forum and announcements. Any other announcements that any members of council wish to relay? Very good. Seeing none, moving forward to public comment. Members of council, I just checked the info inbox again. We received no public comment relating to tonight's meeting. So with that being said, unless there are any other matters that need to be discussed, council could entertain a motion to adjourn.
I could make that motion if no one has anything else to say.
And I'll second.
All right, folks. It is 7:58. That's the end of our public meeting for the evening. Thank you if you're out there watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch and understand what we're doing in these times when we're all still working remotely like this. Hopefully we get to see you soon at Borough Hall. Please be safe. Please follow all of the directions of all the health agencies out there. And we will talk to you soon. Have a good night. The meeting is adjourned.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.